Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna try this again. Um, so let's see how this goes. Um, so it's just gonna be a live NFL hangout because NFL games are on today. It is Sunday, of course, where my Miami Dolphins are gonna be taking on the Denver Broncos. So I'm gonna go ahead and preview the games and look at a couple of other games and look at the other games that are gonna be on for today. Um, should be fun. So let's see how it goes. Um, so far we got nobody in the stream, and I doubt many people are gonna join. So Uh, still gonna do this anyways. So for today, we got a lot of games on here and some pretty good ones. The Colts Packers gonna be a good game. Buccaneers Rams Chiefs Raiders all gonna be good games coming up later in the day. Titans Ravens gonna be another one rematch from the divisional round. So that's gonna be another big game coming up. And of course, my Dolphins taking on the Broncos, which I think the Dolphins win this game. I'm going to go ahead and break down why I think the Dolphins are going to win. So I think that because the Broncos have been struggling a lot recently, they're now 3-6. Just got blown out by the Raiders, who are a good team, but I mean, it's not like they're the absolute best team out there. So yeah, they're about as good as the Dolphins are. So yeah, um, I think that the Dolphins win this one because of the defense. The Dolphins defense over the past like 5 games has been playing like a top defense, and it is a top defense. While the Broncos offense has been struggling, and Drew Lock just came off of a game, the Broncos quarterback, where he just threw 4 interceptions. Now I don't know if he's going to be starting today. He might be out with an injury, or they'll just bench him for Brett Rippon. But I don't know how much better he'll be since he hasn't played since week was it week 4 against the Jets? I think so. So we'll see how that goes. So games are gonna come on in about an hour from now. So yeah, this should be fun. Anyways, let's look at some other games on today. Like I already made my predictions. I already made my predictions in another video. Like the Steelers, the Jaguars. You know, so I said that this is gonna be a trap game for the Steelers. Why do I think that? Because the Steelers are notorious for playing down to their competition. I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be a trap game, in my opinion. I think this will be a trap game for the Steelers. Now, I still have them winning by 10 points, but I don't know. I just feel like the Jaguars are going to play better than most people expect. But I still have the Steelers winning this one pretty easily. Anyways, not easily, but like comfortably. Going on to some other games, we got the Lions, the Panthers. I said Panthers are going to win this one, but we now know that Teddy Bridgewater is going to be inactive. So, I mean, I already made my predictions. I can't take them back. But I think this could go into the way of the Lions now because Teddy Bridgewater is out. And Bridgewater has been playing pretty good for the Panthers. So now I'm not so sure about my pick for the Panthers. The Patriots Texans pick. I mean, I don't know. Do I want the Texans to win? Because if the Texans win, well, I hate the Patriots, Dolphins fan, and I just hate the Patriots, and that would make it extremely hard for them to win the division or even make the playoffs. But if the Texans lose, well, I mean, we have the Texans first round pick, so our pick is going to keep getting better. So it's weird because yeah, I probably want the Patriots to lose more, but if the Texans lose, it's not like that's so bad because our pick is going to be pretty high if the Texans keep losing. So I would like them to keep losing. Anyways, uh, going on to another game, we're gonna have the Titans and the Ravens. I said the Ravens are going to come back strong from their very bad performance against the Patriots. It wasn't a very good game. It was a bad loss for the Ravens, considering that the Patriots have been in free fall for about like 5 weeks now. But hey, the Patriots played a good game. I'm not going to not say that. They played a very good game. But I think the Ravens are going to come back strong. This is at Baltimore. Is it? Yeah, it's at Baltimore. Um, Not in the very, very bad New England weather. I feel like the weather affected the Ravens. Of course, it affected the Patriots as well, but the Patriots were more used to playing in that weather. I'm not going to make that as an excuse, but I just think that the Ravens did not play as well, and that the weather was a factor in that. So I feel like now playing at Baltimore again and and I think they're just going to rebound. And apparently, Des Bryant is going to get promoted off the practice squad, so we might actually see some Des Bryant action for the first time in a long time. Um, Then we also have for our next game, I'm going to talk about the Eagles and the Browns. I want the Browns to lose because, well, the Browns are fighting for the Dolphins for an AFC playoff spot, and the Browns are currently not in the playoffs right now. But let's say the Dolphins beat the Broncos and the Browns. I mean, no, the Broncos beat the Dolphins and the Browns beat the Eagles. Well, the Browns take our spot, and I honestly don't think the Browns are that great of a team. I don't think so. I think that the Browns have benefited from a pretty easy schedule, and they've gotten a lot of unconvincing wins. And if they were beating these actual good teams that they played, then okay, it doesn't matter. But they're not. They whenever they play a good team, they just lose. You go back to the Ravens game in week 1, they got blown out 38-6, but hey, it's week 1. All right, let's go to the Steelers game. Oh, they got blown out 38-7. Okay, what about the Raiders? They lost that one 16-6. So it's just like the Browns haven't really beaten that good of a team. The only team that they've beaten that's really good is the Colts. So I'll give them that game. But besides that, they have beaten teams from the NFC least. It's not that hard to beat 4 teams from the NFC East, and they have also beaten the and they've also beaten the Bengals twice. So they've beaten the Bengals twice, 3 teams from the NFC East, and they may beat 4 today, and the Colts. Those are the teams the Browns have beaten. So, yeah. I think the Browns will win this one, and since they have an easy schedule, that I think they're going to get to 10 wins, but it's going to be tough for them to get in, mainly because of the division they're in, and because they've lost to every single team in the division, except for the Bengals, who they swept, because, well, it's the Bengals. Um, we got our Falcons against the Saints, which I am predicting this is going to be the upset of the week, maybe even of the year, because the Falcons are obviously 3-6 and the Saints are 7-2. But I think the Falcons win this one. Why? Well, the Falcons seem to get on a hot streak, late in the season. They did it last year. They beat the 49ers, so it's not like they can't do it. And that was a very good 49ers team that finished 13-3. So, not like they can't do it. Um, so I think that the 49ers are going to why am I talking about I'm sorry. That the Falcons can do this. And Drew Brees is out with an injury. So if Drew Brees was playing, then I would give this to the Saints, but he's not playing. Taysom Hill is going to be the starter. I'm not doubting Taysom Hill because you've seen what he can do as a versatile player. He can play special teams. He can play the quarterback. He can run the ball. He can be a third down. He could be on special teams, keep returning kicks. He can basically do anything. But can he really be a Drew Brees level quarterback? I don't think so. So I actually have the Falcons winning this one. Call me crazy because I probably am, but I have the Falcons winning this game. So, moving on, we've got the we've got Bengals at Washington. I think that the Bengals are going to win this one. The football team is doing pretty bad. The Bengals they're improving. I think they're better than their record indicates. Now, obviously, they just got blown out by the Steelers, but the Steelers are the best team in the NFL. We can debate this about the Chiefs are better. Well, what team's 9-0? The Steelers. So I say they are the best team in the NFL. So I think that the Bengals are going to win this one because the football team is a pretty bad team. And the Bengals are an improving team, and they're young. They're going to keep getting better week by week. The Jets and the Chargers, is this even a question? Yes, the Jets are going to win this game because the Chargers are completely terrible. The Chargers are just a joke. The Chargers are a joke, and it's not even funny. Like I feel for. I mean, I'm really mixing up my words here. So no, the Jets are a joke. Although yes, the Chargers are a joke as well because they keep finding new ways to lose. Now last week against my Dolphins, they actually didn't really. They never had the lead, so they didn't find a way to lose at least. But they've had so many games this year where they could have won. They could have won, and they should have won, and they just choked. Whether it was against the Broncos, last second touchdown, literally the last play, the Broncos scored to win the game. Against the Raiders, a controversial was it, I don't know if it was controversial or not, but a call that was originally a catch that would have given the Chargers for once a taste of a game-winning touchdown on the last play, and it got overturned. It got overturned. So more heartbreak. How they missed a game-winning field goal against the Saints, in which they had the game won, but of course they did the Charger way and missed the game-winning field goal. So congratulations, Chargers. Anyways, then I like there's so many games I could highlight that they could have won and they probably should have won. Although there's also games you can look at and be like, well, they could have lost this game. Like one of those games would be the uh Bengals game where the Bengals were about to win the game, but then they had the touchdown in the end zone, which probably would have been the game winner, that got called back because of offensive pass interference. So you never know. The Bengals could have lost, have won that game. So, anyways, I think the Chargers should beat the Jets and finally get a win. Um, because the Jets are the Jets, and they're going to continue their perfect season, which is 0-16. And if you lose to the Jets, like you deserve to lose every single game you have remaining. You don't, and I mean this for the Dolphins too. So if we lose to the Jets next week, then we don't deserve to go to the playoffs at all. If we lose to the Jets, I get it. It's a divisional opponent. You can lose, these to these teams, but I don't want to. Come on. Look at what happened in week 6 against the Jets. It was complete and total annihilation. It was 24 to nothing. Shutout, probably the Jets' worst game of the season in terms of offense because they didn't even score. Um, and it's not like Joe Flacco can't, play at a high level because, Joe Flacco, did you see him against the Patriots? He had a pretty good game. And he almost got the Jets to win, but incompetent coaching and choking of leads, the Jets were able to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. So this should be an easy win for the Chargers, and I really went deep into there. And then of course we have the Dolphins-Broncos game, which I think the Dolphins win this one comfortably. And I'm not even going to try to be biased, but even Broncos fans I think would agree that the Dolphins should win this game. Um, the Dolphins defense, Tua is playing pretty well. You can, say, oh, well, his defense is carrying him. The defense is carrying him. Well, against the Cardinals, the defense didn't carry him, and he got the win either way. And guess what? He's 3-0, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. So he's playing pretty well. Um, Now, and I don't even, and he can have one of his, bad games, and we'll still win because of the defense. Although I want him to play well, he had a injury. I put that in air quotation marks because he didn't really have like an injury. It was I mean technically yes, he went on the injury report, but he's going to be just fine and I'm pretty sure he's going to play today. So, that game. Then we have the Cowboys and the Vikings. The Vikings win this one, and I think they're gonna win this pretty easily. Unless Garrett Gilbert it wasn't just like a one game fluke where he had a pretty good game against the top defense. Unless Garrett Gilbert is like the Cowboys savior or something, then the Cowboys are going to lose this game because of one guy, and that's Dalvin Cook. If you watched him at Florida State, obviously I'm a Florida State fan. I knew he was going to be something special in the NFL. Oh, and here he is. He's one of the top running backs in the NFL, if not the top running back. But I'm not going to say the top. But hey, look at the stats. Actually, let's look at the stats. Is he like leading in rushing yards right now? Hold up, let's look at this. In rushing yards right now, the leader in the NFL is Let's look at it. I don't think it's Dalvin Cook, but he's got to be somewhere close to here. Oh no, he's at the top. Dalvin Cook is at the very top in terms of at the top of reps. So I'd call him the best back, especially with a pretty not good Vikings team. So Dalvin Cook is going to win the Vikings this game, and that's just how I think it. That's just what I think is going to happen. Dalvin Cook is going to win this game for the Vikings. Um, Next game we have is going to be the Packers and the Colts. This is a big game. Now, the reason I picked the Packers to win, even though the Colts have a very good defense, is Aaron Rodgers tends to have like a great game after he has a pretty average or to below average, or when the team just doesn't play great. Aaron Rodgers just goes crazy. I mean, let's take the example of him losing to the what was the 1-5 Vikings, and then after that he completely exploded on the 49ers, led the Packers to a blowout win, and now um then the week after they struggle against the Jaguars. They almost lose to the Jaguars. But they win, and the Packers do that sometimes. So this week I feel like he's going to just ball out against the Colts, and I don't think the Colts are gonna have enough to win this game. Although I would love for the Colts to win, mainly because I root for the Bears as well. But I'm mainly a Dolphins fan. Don't get it confused. But I root for the Bears as well, and I'm not a bandwagon. Okay. All right. Chiefs Raiders. Sunday night football game. Big game. Very big game in terms of the AFC playoff picture. And this could be important in terms of the division. I mean, the Raiders still have a shot at this division, especially if Kansas City takes a loss today and the Raiders end up winning this game. The Raiders will be 7-3 and the Chiefs will be 8-2. And this division is not out of the Raiders' grasp yet. But I think the Chiefs win this one. It's just gonna be super hard to sweep the Chiefs. They want to have that revenge for giving the rate that the Raiders gave them their one loss. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs in this one. I think it's gonna be a very good game, high scoring, like it was last game. But I have the Chiefs winning this one. And if the Raiders do win, then dang, that will be very impressive. If the Raiders win. And the last game we're gonna have is the Monday night game, the Rams and the Buccaneers. Um, it should be a good game. It should be a good game. I have the Rams winning this one. Actually, wait, no, I'm dumb. I'm done. I'm dumb. No, I had the. It's just a really hard game to pick, but my bad. I had picked the Buccaneers to win this game. So, yeah, I got the Buccaneers winning this game because, well, the Buccaneers, Tom Brady, the high flying offense. But it all depends on how the Buccaneers play because they can be very inconsistent. If they play the way they did against the Saints, then give me the Rams in this game, easy. But if the Rams play the way they did against the Dolphins, I'm not saying the Dolphins are bad or anything because obviously I'm a Dolphins fan. But if their offense plays the way it did against the Dolphins, then give me the Buccaneers in this game. But I'm gonna be picking the Rams, and those are my picks. I mean, I'm gonna be picking the Buccaneers, and those are my picks for today. So yeah, um, I'll see you guys later. And I don't know if I'll be able to stream the Dolphins Broncos game, but I'll see. So yeah, so nobody's joined the stream, so I'm probably just gonna end it right now. We've been streaming for about 20 minutes, so we'll hit the 20-minute mark, and I'll see you later. Peace.